All right, we're going live. We're going live.
We're
Hey,
live.
everybody. Hey, everybody. We're live. I'm here with Bernadette. And Bernadette, I've known her since 2012. And we're going to talk about the power of positive reviews for lawyers. So there's all kinds of stuff about non-lawyers, positive reviews, but Bernadette's going to talk about why it's important for lawyers and the nuances and the differences for lawyers. So Bernadette, I want you to talk about yourself. Tell us who you are, and let's go from there.
I'd love to. Yes. And I can't believe it's all the way back to 2012 that we've known each other. That just makes me feel older and older. But, SEO has been around a long time. I've been doing it for about 20 years. Little background, I'm the CEO of Advice Local, which is a technology company. And my technology company actually makes tools for digital agencies to help their clients rank higher on search. And we have a focus on local search. So we really understand the local market and what it takes for companies, especially local companies and lawyers. We have quite a few lawyers as clients to rank higher in the search engines. So in a nutshell, that's basically what we do. They call me the queen of local SEO. So you can call me Queen Bee or Queen, that I answer to both. But I do have a very strong knowledge of local search and what it takes for clients to rank higher in local search. And today we're talking about reviews, which is one of my favorite subjects.
Just a little bit, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So where would you like me to start?
Okay, so here's the deal. As you know, so I started the Circle Legal Trust back in 2012, and that was because of the penguin and panda disaster.
Yep.
And so that's how this whole thing got started. And now we have the new disaster, the new Google updates that keep coming out that keep making you go down. Oh no, it's going to help you. We're going to upgrade the algorithm as we push all
There's one rolling out right now.
There's one rolling out right now. That's right.
Yeah, and it's a tough one. We've seen tons and tons of sites be penalized and taken off the Google been de-indexed recently. Yeah. I mean, we have clients and SMBs that left and right are getting the dreaded email from Google saying that their site has been de-indexed, and it's going to be tough to come back from.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yep.
So they're getting like a manual review sort of.
Yeah. So I urge everybody to go into your Google Search Console and go down to where it says manual penalties and actions and see if you're there. And they are specifically targeting sites that have put a lot of AI content up. So that's very interesting. And also thin content, a lot of pages with non-relevant content. A lot of people try to hide content behind their wall. But we're seeing quite a few Google penalties and sites being de-indexed. And Google just yesterday or the day before told us to be patient. There's still another 2 weeks of this to roll out. Don't make any changes to your site yet if you've been penalized, because they're still rolling out this new algorithm and other things may change. So we just got to wait and see what happens. We probably have another 2 weeks of this algorithm rollout. Well, so it's been very interesting.
Bernadette, I can verify. So my rankings are going from on Hrefs, because that's the one that I normally use. Going from 17,000 to 400,000 to 10,000. Every single day, they're going all over the place.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fluctuation.
It's crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen. All I can tell you is that Google has, in my opinion, is the new Excite. So back when I was growing up, because Bernadette, you and I are from a different generation. I know you're younger than me, but you know what I mean? When I was growing up, Excite was the bomb. That was it was Excite.
Remember that?
Then it was Yahoo. And then they started doing this pay-per-click bullshit. And then all of a sudden they pushed everything down. And you look at the front page of Google, it's history repeating itself. It's exactly the same.
It's funny you said Excite. I go all the way back to AOL. Remember, everybody had their AOL messenger name. What's your messenger name, right? Remember that?
Oh yeah, yes. But Excite is the one that really got all the traffic. And then when they started doing all paid listings on the front page, They went out of business. The difference is Excite wasn't a publicly traded company like Google. Like you and I, if we were smart, we'd be suing the shit out of Google right now as shareholders, because the stuff they're doing is bad. Stop trying to make so much money on pay-per-click. Put the freaking organic up there. It took me years to get those listings and optimize my site. And now you're going to let some idiot pay for it? Go ahead, Bernadette.
So what I was going to say, I just left a conference, and the conference is called PubCon, and it's one of the biggest conferences in our industry. And the biggest topic of the conference was this new algorithm, but the second biggest context of that whole conference was how bad Google spam is, how their sites, people are searching for sites and they're getting sites that are spammy, that are don't even have good content, that aren't even relevant. So Google's trying to fix this, because their name right now by the people that are SEO professionals or marketing professionals, digital marketing professionals, we're just fed up with Google because it's just so bad, right? Sites that should never be ranking and sites that should be ranking are not. And the spam is just out of control right now. So they're trying to rectify it. We'll see what happens in the next 2 weeks.
Well, I agree with you. So we got the segue out of the way, but the title on the is Power of Positive Lawyer Reviews. So everybody, just so I can give you a little bit of background. So I'm one of the original OG lawyer SEO guys. So I was a webmaster before I became a lawyer. So when I became a lawyer, I was ready to go. I was ranking. I was doing good. Then Carter Maslin comes along with Google Local and is a game changer. Then you had like the 10 pack, right? So you had like these 10 listings. And if you could get a couple, or that's what Bernadette's good at, your NAP data. If you get some good NAP data from Bernadette or somebody before her, before she was around, maybe when she was like 5 years old when this all started out, right, Bernadette?
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah. So if you have the right NAP data, you could be number one or you could be in that 10 pack. But then Google was like, oh, no, we're going to reduce to a 3 pack. So the first 3 people in that 3 pack, they're going to rank. If you have a bunch of good citations, your NAP, name, address, and what was it? Name, address, NAP.
Phone number.
Yeah, name, address, phone number. There you go.
Address, phone number, and website.
Copy that. So if you could do that and you had your name all over the internet and you had a couple of decent organic backlinks, you would kill it.
You would. It was easy. It was easy to get a client. I could just throw a couple keywords in the title, right? Do some listing cleanup, create a couple pages with exact match URLs, and my clients were ranking like crazy. It's not so easy anymore.
It's not so easy anymore. But Bernadette is sort of, so I'm from the old school where, if I can't do that, then I'm just going to go on YouTube and make videos, because I'm sick of trying to get backlinks and dealing with all these people, but if you're somebody who still thinks you can rank in the map, she's the one. She's the one that's going to.
That's where you need to be. And excitingly for the legal profession is you guys have an opportunity of not just having a Google business profile for your law firm, but there's something that's called practitioner Google business profiles. So a lawyer can have his own Google business profile. His legal assistant, or I'm not sure exactly what they call them, like in the legal field, but let's just say paralegal, I guess they can have their own Google My Business profile. And what's cool about that is if they specialize in anything, you can have different categories for them. So one may be specialized in divorce, one may specialize in bankruptcy. So don't just think, well, I got my Google My Business profile for my business. Think about all the employees that are.
Hold on, but Bernadette, hold on a minute. Back in the day, if you had your personal lawyer listing and your law firm business listing, that was a violation.
Not anymore.
You could only have one. Okay.
Nope.
So that's good now.
Yeah, it's really good. So you got to make sure you have the right categories. One is a law firm. The other one is lawyer or attorney or bankruptcy attorney. So you got to be careful. They should all have different categories, and the relevant category for what that is. But let's talk a little bit about reviews.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes.
So
because that's what we're here to talk about is reviews.
Because I can go off on a tangent, but I just want to make sure people understand how important it is to have any reviews, positive reviews especially. But what people may not realize is that 99% of people, before they buy a product or a service, they're going to look online and they're going to see reviews. And out of that, about 96% of people today are specifically looking at the reviews, and specifically negative reviews. And more importantly, about 46% of those people that are doing online searches, especially geo-targeted searches like lawyer in San Antonio, 46% of consumers are going to trust those reviews and take an action. So they're actually going to take an action. So making sure that you have those online reviews are really important today. As a matter of fact, 7 out of 10 people searching are actually going to use rating filters. So if you look at your Google My Business profile now, you can filter it by new reviews, the best reviews. So people actually put these filters on because typically if it's less than a 3.3 in a review, they're not going to call you.
Yeah.
So you want your reviews to be positive. You want your reviews to be a lot of reviews. 60% of consumers actually believe the number of reviews is crucial when deciding to use services. So if you have an attorney with 20 reviews, but another one with 1,000 reviews, right?
Yeah.
They're going to look at the one with 1,000 reviews better. And so back in the day, and I have a lot of attorneys as clients. I also own an SEO firm called Rocks Digital, and we do have a number of clients that are attorneys, but attorneys love testimonials. So testimonials were the precursor to reviews. If you remember back before online reviews were important, attorneys would have testimonials, and that's how they got the word out, right? And then a lot of our attorneys would have testimonial pages, and they'd have testimonials that clients gave them, and they splatter it all over their websites in different parts of the pages. But I hate to tell you that no one cares about testimonials anymore. People know more about reviews, and that jig is up. So what's happening now is people know that testimonials are filtered out by the person posting them. You're not going to post a bad testimonial, right? Yeah,
it's common sense.
Yeah, right? Today people want unbiased, honest reviews, and they really just don't read testimonials anymore. And how I can prove that is if you have analytics on your website and you have a testimonial page, just look at it. There's no traffic, hardly any traffic at all. Really, the only people that look at the testimonial pages are employees that are looking for jobs. Oh
my God, that's so true.
Yeah. So today it's all about the online review. Google loves third-party sites, so it's not just on Google My Business, but there's many other review sites. Now, the one thing a testimonial page is good for is if you put review schema on it and you have first-party reviews on that site. I mean, actual reviews people have given you. And you do the schema right. When you show up in the search results pages, you'll see those stars.
So Bernadette, hold on really quick, because a lot of like the new lawyers that just graduated law school who think they're going to rank on Google, they have no idea what schema is. Can you kind of tell them what that is really quick?
So schema is actual language that's put on your website that tells the search engines where you are, what you are, who you are, right? So there's different types of schema. There's schema that tells the website, the search engines where you're at, like your name, address, and phone number. There's review schema that tells the search engine that this piece of content on your site is a review, right? There's FAQ schema that says this is a frequently asked question. So these are little code snippets that hopefully you have a good website company that understands local SEO that they put on the site to talk to the search engines.
Hey, I know somebody who knows how to do this, by the way, guys. Everything you need to know, she's right next to me over here. Hey, by the way, Age Go says word of mouth is worth more in a smaller town.
That's true. Word of mouth is always worth more, but
in a smaller town, especially in a smaller town.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh.
But so how do Google reviews help SEO? I get that question a lot, right?
Oh, and by the way, the source where you get your review too, like, is Yelp better than Google? Because I'm hearing Google really favors their own reviews over Yelp now. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
They
Sorry.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting between the two of them is with Google, it's very hard. A lot of people are buying fake reviews. Yelp is a lot stricter, right? But we'll get into that a little bit. So let's just talk about SEO. You want to rank higher in search, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is that these positive reviews actually have a very strong impact on local SEO, especially now when Google is looking at 4 things, and it's called EAT. So I'm going to use this as an acronym, and it stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So if you have a great reputation and the search engines interpret these reviews as proof of your experience and excellence in your field, then you have a business that users can trust. And the search engines trust it too. Now, it goes a lot deeper than that, but at the top surface, that's basically how reviews help you rank higher in search. There's signals that they give out, right? So review signals are listed this past year. Every year, the industry puts out the top ranking signals. And review signals are listed as one of the top 10 ranking signals that search engines use to rank your website.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Yes. So they call the information it gets from reviews or articles or other directory listings as prominence. So you've probably heard that Google looks at prominence,
Yes.
Where you're located, and relevance. So that's how they get their prominence ranking. So reviews, particularly if they are positive, boost your prominence and help you increase your local SEO. So that's really important. The other thing it does is it just broadens your social footprint. It's just simple. It impacts your local SEO by broadening digital footprints on, Facebook has reviews, Yelp has reviews, and those sites that hold these reviews that also expand your footprint, because when people are out there searching for your product and service, and if they go to Yelp or if they go to Facebook, then they're going to see those reviews. Then they're going to, and you're ranking higher because of those reviews, then you're going to increase your digital footprint. And that's also important. It also just simply builds trust. Look, you guys are attorneys. If you can't trust your attorney, who are you going to trust, right? So,
well, Bernadette, so I've got a whole list of questions, and and one of the questions that I have, because I don't want you to get too far ahead of us, is what does Google like better for local reviews? I think it's Google reviews.
Well, of course, they're going to give their reviews more prominence than they're going to give Yelp review. But they are pulling in third-party reviews. And just recently, Google now allows you to put your social media links on your profile. So if you go to your Google profile, you'll see that there's a place now for social media links. So if you have, and they're pulling in those feeds. And yesterday I was doing a search for one of my other clients, which is a mover, and I typed in local movers, and I saw that right under the map, the first search result was Twitter. And it was,
my God,
they're posting about moving in the last 3 hours. So I thought that was really interesting. That's the first time I've seen that.
Because Twitter's not a review site.
No,
right?
It's not.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Wow. Holy crap.
And then when people see a lot of reviews, then they have more options to choose from too. And let me tell you, people they do their due diligence. So giving them that information so they can make an informed decision is always good. The other thing it does is people click on these reviews, and if you have these reviews linked to your website, it helps your click-through rate. And the more people that click through to your website, the higher you rank in the search engine. So that's another thing to consider. And that's why sometimes some of these review tools are very popular, and they help you manage your reviews.
That's really interesting, because it used to be back in the day to rank on Google before they had blended search, which we can get into later or in another episode. Alexa was all about how many clicks and how much traffic you had, but to rank on Google, it was really based on your page rank score and how many. I love the dog bark, by the way. Keep it going.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, the authenticity is way cooler, but right is way better. But no, the whole concept is like the page rank scoring system almost adopted Alexa.
Yes.
And then they came up with the blended search where you have like sort of the NAP data as well as your backlink score becoming one. And you'll see that like my site's getting tanked, and I noticed that I lost a lot of backlinks, which you have a little bit different theory on this. We're going to talk about it some more off the video.
Yeah, that's another whole episode itself, talking about backlinks.
Like, but I'm thinking we should do a show where we look at my website, because your theory is different than other people's, and I want the audience. I do have a
theory about your website, and I won't share it here.
Oh, it's okay. We'll do it another time. But anyways, I don't want to interrupt too much because it was really hard for me to arrange this, guys. I just want you to know, to get somebody like her to come on, like Bernadette, to come on and do a show like this is a big deal. Like, she's one of these people who will spend like the billions of dollars you need to spend to go to these Google seminars and all this stuff. So she's got all the inside scoop. So go ahead, man. Keep talking.
So there's just so much about reviews. So another thing that's very interesting, if you can take some of these reviews that you get and filter them to your website, right? That's and people see these reviews on your website, that refreshes the content on your site. And that's known as review velocity. So a lot of the tools out there allow you to take that feed, your Google reviews, your Yelp reviews, reviews from Facebook, and feed that to your website. And the more content you get on your website that's fresh, right, brings those search engine bots back to your website more often, because I see fresh content, and that helps to rank higher also in search. So, I can't impress the importance of reviews. It increases your chances of landing in that local pack. And Mike, that's what you were talking about before. It used to be 10, then it was 3, right? So now there's 3 spots. If you're doing a search for attorney in Los Angeles and you want to be on that local pack, man, competition is fierce. It's highly coveted among marketers. It has the highest click-through rate, even more than paid search, and a higher closing rate. Definitely. So if you can get yourself there on some of your keywords, then man, you've hit the jackpot. And the competition is high, but it's a very valuable piece of real estate if you can get there. And reviews help you get there. They just do. Right?
So Bernadette, do you have? And we'll talk about this in other episodes, but I'm hoping that you can help because I have a lot of lawyers who are constantly calling me, begging me to start the Circle of Legal Trust again. And the question is all about reviews now. And like, how can we get more reviews? Like my clients are 70, 80, 60-year-old age rank. They don't know how to use a computer. Are there other ways to get reviews other than the people that you are doing cases for?
Sure. Yeah. Simplest way is go get the review link from your Google My Business profile. It's really simple to get, and put it in your signature on your email. And just every time you send out.
Hold on. But hold on, Bernadette. What I'm hearing from these other guys who sell services who don't like people like you because they're your competitor, that, you can't ask for reviews unless they are a client.
You're not asking, you're just posting a link.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And say, read my reviews. Right. We do that. It's very important. Just asking people to review you on Google, and you can ask for reviews. Please review me. Right.
Really? I heard you're not allowed to. I heard it goes against the guy. Man, see, it changes all the time, and nobody knows what's going. It's just so
you can't tell them what to say, and you can't filter out if they give you a negative review. But there's nothing wrong. Now, if you're going to pay them for a review, there's a problem. If you're going to offer them something for a review, a Starbucks card or a donation to charity, that's a problem. Yeah. But quite frankly, there's just a study done this past month on companies that are doing that, and Google's not doing anything. There's still real reviews from real people. Just don't filter them out. That's called review gating. If you filter out reviews, positive reviews on your site. So you can't do that. So let's just talk about your profession, right? And why reviews are important. I think for a lawyer, you have to be able to gauge the credibility of the attorney you're going to do business with and the competence. And what's the better way than reading other people's reviews, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Other than, like our one viewer suggested, word of mouth, people are going to look online when they're doing a search for any business, including lawyers. And this is a way, having positive reviews is a way to power and elevate your reputation to a larger clientele.
And there's another one here, Bernadette. Irene asks, so if I want to give my lawyer Mike a Google review, but I'm in Mexico, so it's not a local review, is a testimonial better? I'm not quite sure what she means.
No, go ahead. Give the review. And here's a secret. When someone is giving you a review and you ask, hey, if you kindly give me a review, mention what we did for you, mention what city that we serviced you in, because those little tidbits of information Google uses as a ranking factor, not in your answers, but in the review. Interesting. The other sneaky trick is if you can get them to post a picture of themselves in your review, and it's a positive review, they stay at the top of the review filter and can help push negative reviews down. So those are
pictures. Pictures are important.
Pictures are important. Now, that may be better for someone that's doing a service, like putting a new carpet or tiling the floor, right? But
yeah. Take a picture. Take a picture of these guys tamping the carpet, right?
Yeah. But anyway, so those are a few little tricks of the trade. And yes, so even if you're in Mexico and you dealt with an attorney in Texas, right, and you want to review them, feel free to review them online. And it doesn't matter that you're not local if you're going to mention, especially in the review, that they helped you when you were in Texas and that local.
Okay, I don't want to cut you off, but this is important because I'm getting old and I'm going to forget.
Okay.
Yelp reviews. I mean, come on.
Bane of my existence, Yelp.
There are so many people that I sign up that have never come to my office because I've never wanted them to come to downtown LA, right? Especially females. I don't want them to get attacked by some homeless guy who have reviewed me on Yelp, and they get buried immediately. And if you look at Yelp's algorithm, it's because Yelp expects your phone to go to that office, and they're not going to let that review go live. But how many people actually, as a lawyer, like if I had to make my clients come to my office, they would hire my competitor. I send couriers to them because I care about them. They're in the hospital. They're injured. They're with their husband or whatever. I'm not going to make them come to my office. Are you kidding me? I'm going to send someone there. I'll go there myself.
Yelp has a very, very strict filtering algorithm.
It's crazy.
We've tried many different things with Yelp. It's very difficult. Google is much more open with the reviews. Negative reviews on Yelp, if it does get through the filter, it's kind of hard to get rid of.
All Yelp does is let the negative reviews stay live unless you pay for it. Then all of a sudden they disappear. It's really weird. Isn't that weird?
I think so here's an interesting fact. Only 1% of Yelpers leave reviews, but the majority of the reviews are negative. Very rarely do they leave a review if they're happy, but Yelpers always leave a review when they're negative. Now let's talk about negative reviews on Google. There's 2 ways you can remove those reviews. So you can actually go to the review, and there's 3 little buttons up in the top right, and you can dispute that review. And then there's a couple reasons why you can dispute that review. So typically I always choose the first one because it's usually not relevant. The other thing is if well, for other service companies, if they take a picture of, say, a moving company, someone took a picture of a broken table, well, then I would report that because it's not in my location. It's in their location. But Google just recently put out another more detailed review dispute form. It's called a redress form. And you can give Google a little bit more details. And, every time there's a negative review, I go dispute it no matter what. Because
always.
An algorithm, and if Google thinks, all right, this maybe isn't relevant, it'll remove it. So
I was on social media arguing politics, which I guess I shouldn't be doing. And within a couple of seconds, some lady said I'm unprofessional on my business thing, and it's like, I don't even know who this woman is, you know what I mean? But that just shows you the whole cancel culture thing, right?
Yep. Well, and that which brings me to another point. Reviews for attorneys often mention the outcomes of the cases.
Yes.
So positive reviews highlighting those successful results kind of instills confidence in potential clients. But on the other hand, negative reviews can be a red flag for attorneys.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So it sounds like, when I was coming up, when Carter Maslin first helped sort of start Google Local, which I guess became Google My Business over time, it was they just came out with what they called, I think it was called the hybrid search, where it was a local and it was an organic sort of melding together. And you would see that the more backlinks you had in organic and the higher you ranked in organic, the higher your maps listing would rank. And it seems like what you're saying is if you have negative reviews, that could make your maps listing go down, and possibly even your local organic signals as being maybe not a good option to hire this person.
Yeah. I think Google's going to feel that, they want to show people who are relevant and authoritative in their field. And if you have a 2.7 review because most of your reviews are negative, chances are you're not going to show up in the local pack.
What about organic, though, as far as hybrid goes? Do you think it's going to have the reverse effect on your organic, and those 1-star reviews are going to push your organic rankings down?
I think organic is more a blend of so many other pieces of the algorithm today.
Blended search. That's what it was.
It's your two separate algorithms. Your local SEO and your organic SEO really are two separate algorithms.
Okay. Because blended search sort of made your maps listing go up a little more if you had a good organic ranking.
Oh yeah, of course. If you have a great website with good architecture, and your pages are optimized for those keywords, and Google trusts that website. It's fast. Speed is a very important today.
Yes.
And then your Google My Business is completely optimized. I mean, optimize everything. Fill out everything. FAQs. The products, the services, everything. When you open your business, if it's very well optimized, that's going to play into two things, into organic and also help you rank higher in maps. But reviews specifically have a relation to your local maps listings.
Okay, so reviews are most relevant towards maps. I guess what I'm trying to understand, but I'm a lawyer, so it's hard for me to ask questions like a normal person, is if we have positive reviews on Google Maps or Google or Yahoo or Yelp, do you think, or Facebook reviews, do you think that's going to help us in organic or hurt us in organic, or do you think that's just not even connected?
I think in organic right now it's not as relevant as it may be now that Google's starting to pull in these feeds from these social media, but just having those links back from the social media sites help with organic.
That makes sense. Okay.
Now, that being said, that may change, especially with this new algorithm that's out there in this new spam update. It may be in 2 weeks that we find if you have negative reviews, it's now going to, push your organic down. I mean, they are deleting sites. High-ranking sites are being de-indexed
deleted now. Yep. I see it too. And I just heard from a couple of other people. I won't say it's confidential, but this is like a breaking story that it's confirmed now that these people who received emails from Gmail accounts that said, hey, do you want to do a guest post for $10, $20, $30? That's all been incorporated into Spam Brain. So if you're one of these people who bought a bunch of guest posts and it was through a Gmail, or you sent or received through a Gmail account and you saw your site disappear, that's Spam Brain, guys.
Yeah, those toxic links can be very, very harmful. Now, Google's getting smarter. They're starting to understand a little bit more what a toxic link is and what it isn't. Instead, they do discount a lot of those toxic links. But if you have a lot of times what these link companies do is they'll post an article. Say you're an attorney and you bought one of these $10 links. They may post an article about building a house and talk about filling out a legal form and link back to your site. No, you got an inbound link, but it's on an irrelevant, especially if you're not an attorney that represents homeowners. If you're a personal injury attorney, why do you have a link on a site that's about building houses, right? But
exactly, it's not relevant.
It's not relevant. So these irrelevant links can be more harmful than they can be helpful.
If you were to take it to the extreme, and by the way, Eagle Eye Liberty, hello, and then also Bernadette, just to give a shout back out to Irene about the Mexico thing. I just love it when we have user interaction because it helps me think better. But anyways, so I got a lot of people who are talking to me about this, saying, "Hey, I've had problems with this, and when I've done these what they call it, guest sharing, guest posting, and I paid all this money, when I see the next core update come along, not just the top URL string, but all of them that are in that string get wiped out." So I guess what I'm trying to tell you people is stop buying guest posts from people in India and Pakistan, and talk to me and Bernadette if you're a lawyer, because I'm going to restart the Circle of Legal Trust, and we'll build an organization of trusted lawyers, and we'll teach our clients and we'll teach other people, how to do this right, so we don't go awry of the Google guidelines like we did before.
Don't buy those links, and especially if you want to rank in your local geographic area, there's better links, local links that you can have. I mean, if you have a local charity and you're donating to them, ask them to link back to you. Right. If there's a local newspaper in your area that people read online, I would rather you spend $10 and support that local business and put an ad on their local.
And by the way, if anybody is a Texas lawyer, I have several friends who have Texas newspapers, and if I can get them to agree that you're a trusted source, maybe she'll help you out, or this other person I know. And by the way, Bernadette, we have Age Go says, what would you do if you get your site deleted? Well, or de-index. I guess what she's asking is what you just said, right?
If it's de-indexed, well, nothing right now. We're going to wait for this algorithm to completely roll out. Then you need to decide why your site was de-indexed, and then you need to fix everything that was wrong with it. So it may be the inbound links, it may be the content you have on your site, and maybe duplicate content, and maybe content that's irrelevant, or you may have too many city pages that you didn't correctly build, and they look like doorway pages. There's so many different reasons, but if you do get de-indexed, just make sure that you go to a SEO company that understands the issues and why your site was de-indexed, and they can help you build it back. You're not going to be able to do it yourself unless you really understand technical SEO. And
okay, that's where I wanted to go with this. So Bernadette, everybody's harping about AI and how it's changing the world, but what I'm seeing is it's having the exact opposite effect. Google knows it's AI. You can tell it's AI. It looked garbage. Like I can tell within seconds that it's bullshit AI copy, right? You can too. Yep.
And those are the sites that are getting de-indexed now, the ones that are heavily using AI. And look, Google just launched Gemini, right? So they're not going to want someone else's AI on their site. But look, AI can be good. I use it. I use it as a base. I use it for
a base.
Like I'll say, give me 10 content ideas for the next month. I happen to own a dog grooming company, right?
Yeah.
So I do my own local SEO. So I may go to and ask it to give me, 10 content ideas for grooming new puppies in the springtime. I don't know, but it does come back with some great ideas. Now, am I going to use AI to completely write that content? No. But I may use it to do research and then write my content from that research. So don't disqualify it. Don't just run an AI prompt and take that content and just post it on your site. And especially a lot of that content can be wrong, especially in the legal profession. I would think it's your responsibility to give correct information.
You're right. And so you're so good. I got to stop you. I was trying to segue into this whole idea that AI is kind of cool. It's like, in my opinion, it's like at kindergarten level. But Bernadette, to find these crappy pages on your site, to find these violations, that's not done by Google. That's done by somebody, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's done by somebody who's been doing this probably since prior to 2012, who's got a lot of experience. So
many things you need to look at.
Old school people who've seen the evolution are the ones that you want to have. And so that's why I'm segueing into this. I know that you can do some of this stuff, but everybody, I want you to know that Bernadette is connected. So even if she can't do it, she's going to find you someone who can. Yeah. That was the point I was trying to make. Go ahead, keep talking. I love it.
And look, it may even be you need to do a whole new rebuild because Google's just not going to trust your site. And to just, I have a client now that has 8,000 pages out there. And so many of the pages are just irrelevant. It has nothing to do with their website. Now, they haven't received a penalty, but they're losing ranking in their local space because they're just all over the place. They're not focused enough. And you need to be focused and relevant. Today, you need to be authoritative. Google has to trust that the data that you're giving them is content that that people are going to want to read. It's not going to be stuffed with keywords. It's conversational, right?
Yeah.
So it's important today. Otherwise, you're never going to rank where you need to rank in the search engines.
So Bernadette, we're at about 42 minutes, and I know most people start falling off well before this, and I really want to keep talking about this. Is there a way that we can continue this conversation next week based upon comments that I get from users?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that. So everybody, I want to thank you for coming. We actually had quite a few people show up today in the sidebar, which is pretty cool.
Great.
And I'm really excited about this because I think that with the new tools that we have and people like Bernadette who are in the know, that we can dominate that 3-pack and we can do a lot of other really cool things without getting banned from Google all the time. So everybody, thank you for coming. And by the way, make sure to like and subscribe. And Bernadette, give us your social media channels and your YouTube channel information now.
Sure, absolutely. So you can just go to LinkedIn /Bernadette Coleman. You can go to BernadetteColeman.com. You can go to Advice Local and subscribe to our blog there. So there's a number of ways you can get to me. And I'm not on TikTok yet, but I'm going to be there soon. But,
assuming that it's still around.
Yes. And somebody here in the States is going to buy it. I saw a news article the other day that someone was looking at it, and he was one of our politicians. I didn't pay attention to who it was, but assuming it's still around. But yes, and look, if you go to advicelocal.com, you can run a free visibility report. You simply put in the name of your practice and the zip code. The report will run. It will tell you how visible you are online and how you rank in the online directories that Google trusts. And that's free to do. So feel free to advicelocal.com and run a free report.
Very good. And now, so just so everybody, so you can kind of know, so Bernadette helps me with my local citations, and I'm starting a new office in Texas. So you can watch the progression of what happens with the new location with her help. But I want you to know that if you're tired of Yext and all of these other citation building companies, Bernadette is going to help you, and she'll give you personal service. You won't get passed
Absolutely.
off. Some sales rep. And I just recommend that you try to do business like that. Try to have one-on-one relationships. Don't do business with big, large corporations. You're not going to get that service that you deserve. So that's all I have. That's my 2 cents. Anyways.
Oh, good. Well, I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. And I'm here to help anybody that needs help. I love working with businesses and, helping them rank higher in search. And if you just have a question, you want to reach out to me, you can reach me via my email, bcoleman@advicelocal.com.
And woof woof to the dog.
Yes.
And I'm hoping you'll have it. I'm hoping you have the dog back next time, because I love that. I think it's so much cooler when it's real.
Well, I had to lock him out of the room, so that's why he's upset. They're upset.
It's awesome. I see the door closed over there, and I can totally feel the dynamics. This is really awesome. Bernadette, I really appreciate you coming out and helping out. I know you're really busy, and you're helping millions of other people, so it means a lot to me. But I'm going to share this video with everybody and tell all my friends to share it. We'll have you come on hopefully within the next couple of weeks, and we'll make this happen.
Let me know when you need me.
All right. And in closing, everybody, Semper Fi, hoorah!
Bye now.